Hey, hey, hey. I'm playing fetch with my cat. My cat Lulu plays fetch. But after a while, it gets okay. Like, that's enough, you know? She does get it and bring it right back. See? Do it again. Yup. She gets it, brings it right back. Let's start counting how many times she gets it and brings it back, okay? Alright, so far. Even though she's done it like a number of times already. But we'll just start right now. So, 1. Whoops. Sorry, maybe. Here we go. Hi, Dede. Alright. 1. 1. Ha, ha, ha. Okay. So you guys can hear it crinkling. That's her paper ball. Okay. So far, 1. 2. Ha, ha, ha. Well, I mean, I have those dog buttons. I gotta learn how to use them. Alright, ready, Lulu? 2. Ha, ha, ha. Okay. Let's see if she brings it back. She's probably gonna show me up. Be like that Michigan frog or whatever. Oh, no. There she goes. 3. Ha, ha, ha. Hear the paper crinkly? There you go again. 4. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, paper crinkly. She be knocking over shit and stuff. 5. Ha, ha, ha. Hear the paper crinkle? Crinkle, crinkle. I'll make a video of it. How you doing, Dede? Hopefully you're doing good. She brought it halfway in and left it. Lazy bitch. 6. Ah, ah, ah. We'll give her a 1 for that anyway. 6. Interview with who? I do have to say thank you, Chicken Winner. I did like your response, Jules. Yep, I'm pretty much in the same explanation as you gave to her. That seemed to be what occurred. I mean, yeah, you didn't say you wrote those. She asked you. You know what I mean? Yeah, I am in agreement with that. What you wrote. And yes, that Jules does go around seemingly really aggressively trying to. No, I didn't interview Coward. We did interview that guy that's building that restaurant. Did you see it? Coward kind of, talked to him a lot about building stuff and building stuff. Building stuff. I should have interviewed him, huh? But he likes to be private. These people are stalkers, man. You know? Oh, you didn't see that one? Yeah, even that, they were like, I asked the guy if he'd be hiring, and even that, yeah, their 2 cents is like worth fucking a quarter of a cent. You know what I'm saying? It's worth like a fraction of a cent. Their 2 cents. See, Lulu's purring wicked loud now. She loves playing fetch. Can you hear her purring? This cat is like hooked on fetch. Tucker got in between us, was like, that's it for the fetch. Remember the dog? Fetch. I used to watch it with my daughter. It's a cartoon dog. Solved crimes. Did some things, you know. It's only 10:48. What are these fuckers all asleep or they got their hands tied behind their backs? Or they don't have any hands. Ooh, in that case, they should use a pencil in their mouth and tap the keyboard, don't you think, to say hello? Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Tap, tap, tap. Bam, bam. Tap, tap, tap. I know, right? They know they ain't got nothing better to watch than me. They know it. I'm sorry. Just kidding. There might be other people alive. I don't know. I'm just fucking around. We're all just squirrels trying to get a nut. I wonder if a squirrel's ever tried, like, a walnut. Like, you know, are they walnuts or are they pecans? Yeah, they're pecans. Of course they've tried walnuts. You know the big, huge ones, though? Like, they're pecans. 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 And their shell is, like, extra fucking big and hard. I mean, like, if it fell from a tree, you'd probably be hurt. Acorns. Those are pretty good. Don't see many acorns in chocolate. Like, you know, like chocolate covered acorns. I wonder why acorn never caught on as a nut. Ain't that weird? Isn't that weird? Why would acorn never catch on as a nut? I'm gonna need to know that. I want to know why there's no chocolate covered acorns. I don't even think they probably taste that bad. Has anybody ever tasted an acorn? I think I have. Hi, Pillow Talk. I want to know why acorns never caught on. Hi, Chicken Winner. Aren't you curious? I feel like I've tasted an acorn. I feel like I have. And I feel like it's a nut just like any other nut. Hi, Grinch. And I want to know why acorn never caught on as a nut. Like, what? Why? That's my question. Has anybody here ever eaten an acorn? I'm going to need to know. But it's a nut, right? How come it never caught on as a nut? Now, I wish I had an acorn right near me right now because I'd eat it. Or I'd taste it at least. Grinch, Chicken Winner, Day Day, Pillow Talk. You can't eat acorns? Did they say that? Why not? Isn't it a nut? Where does it come from? Pine cones? Are pine cones from Acorns? Remember the singer Akon? I'm just a lonely. Isn't that the song he did? Oh my god, I feel like you're like too stoned, Pillow Talk. I mean, they come with those little hats and stuff. I feel like a pecan. No, walnut. Not a pecan. Walnuts. I feel like walnuts. Aren't they the big, huge ones? I feel like they're more problematic. I don't even think I've even seen an acorn in ages. No wonder why there's a shortage of squirrels. Try to tell them about the benefits of 3 hots and a cot. Pillow Talk. Tell them there's central air there. I believe they provide exercise, free gym membership. Festivities. Yeah, turn yourself in, bitch, or I will turn you inside out. Tell him that. See how mean I sounded? Came out of nowhere. I think I'm possessed by Linda Blair. Your mother sucks socks in hell. Hey, Pillow Talk. What was it like working with Doris Day and Rock Hudson? What was their Pillow Talk like? Probably not what we thought it was like, huh? He was always like, hey, I'm not gonna bust a nut over you. And she was all like, well, okay, Sarah, Sarah. He's still trying to talk Rock Hudson into telling us all that, he's a certain kind of way, but he died and Pillow Talk is too late. Is Doris Day even alive? When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? From 90 Day Fiance. There's lots of pillow talk going on in prison. 90 Day Fiance. If you go on that, I think you're like volunteering to be tombed in your engagement. Don't you think so? Some people from Married at First Sight, I think, might be married. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We don't know. We're old. I don't watch 90 Day Fiance. If somebody said they had a 90 Day Fiance, I would be like, well, guess it didn't work out. Good thing you found out sooner than later, right? Hi, Charles. Better sooner than later. At least you didn't fuck it and get married to him. Chelsea's always charging her phone. What is she doing with it? I think she has people call her on vibrate. It's just my opinion. Hey, Chelsea, I'm kidding. Simmer down over there. You remind me a lot like Cassidy, and I got you modded. That's saying something right there. It's gibberish, is what it's saying. I like how Chicken Winter told, like, Jules to shut up. Shut up. No, because Jules is always like trying to get people to like gang up against the evil yet lovely SG. But I don't see it like that. I mean, I think we're very kind here. Sing a song. Come on now, everybody. And Mary, when I was going to say how disturbing it was how much you hated me, I hadn't listened to all of your shit or today's. So basically, the bottom line is I did like you. Hi, Eli. Hi, Grinch is here somewhere. Hi, Eli. You and Grinch should come up. How about I drop links? Yeah, everybody, sing along to the song, what Chicken Winter says. Yeah, everybody. Are you saying Chicken Winter is out of control, or are you saying that Chicken Winter is telling Jules how out of control she is? Okay. Where'd Grinch go? Oh, I'm about to go to bed. Came in here so I could make you sleepy. You do. Eli's a good man. Yeah. Asked you who, what? What's Pillow Talk talking about? If I had Pillow Talk, like the kind of Pillow Talk the Pillow Talk is giving to me, I'd be like, no longer am I having any more Pillow Talk with you, buddy. Talking schmack. I had this red mark on my leg. I'm not sure what it is. Looks like the kiss of death. I'm not sure. Could be Satan. I'm not sure. Grinch says, meow. I can't purr. See? I can't purr. I might have done it. I purr. That's more like a. That doesn't sound like a purr. That sounds menacing. Menacing. I think it's the bite of the devil. That's what this red mark is. You know what? I'm thinking of starting a business called Exorcisms Are Us. What do you guys think? You think so? Now, I'm not gonna. Well, I guess I could perform the exorcism along with whomever performs it in the commercial on me. Because I'm gonna need somebody to perform the exorcism in the commercial. Now, don't be frightened. I will be writhing around, making noises, being my everyday self. You know me. Any takers on who would like to perform the exorcism? Don't bring real holy water though, because I don't want to burn. And not all my live streams are 14 hours long. Why do they lie all the time? See? That's proof that they lie right there. Simple. Elementary. Nobody wants to perform an exorcism on me, chicken winner. It's only going to be acting. It's for the commercial. God. These people. God. So mean. Just like the night they didn't want to take the fake cancer and the fake GoFundMe. I said, well, take the fake cancer. And, because like they're sure it was a lie. So, but no takers, just like on Aaron Brockovich. But, I was thinking who better to be the spokesperson, just like, the person for, what's that ball club of America? You know what I'm talking about? The ball club, and he's not just no, wasn't about me, right? I hope not. Deb Cray Cray or Deb 313? Let my cat brought her fucking paper ball back out here. Look, I'm crunching it again. Did I tell you I knew a blind person that taught me origami? Paper teapots don't hold liquid very well, but I'll have to check it out. That's not true, because Cray Cray Debbie had a 15-hour live stream. So let's be for real. She broke the record. Alright, so that was one. Now this is one. Try that. Oops. Sorry. So sorry. Terrible comments. See, they let them allow. They allow it. Alright. We don't care about that stuff. Pillow talk. Please. We read you like a book. And it's a short story that's basically like just two words. Bullshit. Pillow talk. So I'm timing you out. Because here's the thing. We don't care about that stuff. It's like when people, see, my cat, can you hear her when she's running like that? Bringing back the fucking, well, she should. She got Mr. Rourke and Tattoo. Well, he's one and the same. All rolled into one in his 4'1" tall frame. With Oompa Loompa hands. Okay, see? She keeps bringing it back. She keeps bringing it back. My cat can fetch. Does anybody have a cat that knows how to fetch? No. Fucking for reals. Because you know you don't. Because you know you don't. My cat... Oops, sorry. Sometimes I miss when I'm throwing it. My cat knows how to fetch. Whoops, sorry. I missed it again. Sorry, Lulu. Alright. Can you hear her? What? She's gonna bring the shit back right again. Bring it back. Bring it back. Here she goes. Why you leave it all the way over there? Yeah. She thinks I need exercise. That's what she said. I need exercise. Me. Skeletor. Sorry, just kidding. I love food. Food, 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 food. Why all the way over there? Why, Lulu? Alright. Fine. Fine. I'll get up. Throwing it again. You guys know? She might be tired. She might be tired. I think she's tired. Yay, I tired her out. Because my arm's tired. So basically, no. Nobody has a cat that fetches. Except for me. Good. Can you guys hear me? No? No, here's the thing. So, my cat fetches. Okay? So from now on, that's what my channel is about. Okay? It's all about my cat that can fetch. Oh, you do have a cat that can fetch, chicken. I'm gonna believe it when I see it. But finally, I tired my cat out. How about Jules' live stream today? I can't believe she was running her mouth like that for the deaf people. I mean, I couldn't hear it, but maybe some others could. Maybe it was in like a different tone. Yeah, my cat fetches. Lulu. She's a star. It was mute. She had mute on the whole time, chicken. As it should be. As it should be. Guess what else I found today, you guys? Just a while ago, which is probably explains why I'm in a better mood. Even though I know you all probably. I know, I saw it. But I saw what you said to her, and you were totally on point. You were on point. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Hi, South Michigan media. Or should I say, metrosexual man. Bo? Like Bo who? Bo Buchanan? And my brother Asa? Yeah, she wants to try to isolate me from wonderful people like yourself. My cat agrees. Yeah, my cat agrees. Alright, so here's my cat. She brought back the paper ball again. Okay? Alright, she's ready to go again. My cat's ready to go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if she brings it back. So that's, throw number 109. And here it is back again with the paper ball. You guys hear it? Crinkle, crinkle. She's back at the paper ball. Throw it again. I'm probably the only person in the world with a cat who fetches and brings it back. Here she's number 2. But not just number 2, because she's been doing this, for hours, okay? Yeah. And she fetches and brings it right back, yeah. Whoops. That was a shitty throw, but let's see if she brings it back. Yep, here she goes. Number 3. Hear it? And here's the paper crinkling of her paper ball. Throw it again. There she goes. Number 4, back with it again. You hear her? She meows when she comes back. Here we go. Especially if she fetches. I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, my dog doesn't even fetch. I think she's getting a little tired because she didn't come back this time. This time she said, fuck it. Oh, yeah, she's laying down in there. She's laying down on the job. But I'm going to start making videos of her, and I'm going to try using those dog button things, too. Like those cats that have the hats, and press the dog buttons. He was nodding out. Oh, here she comes. Number 5. Dropped it right at my feet. Number 5. There she goes. So she took a little rest. There she goes. Alright. She's going again. Here she comes back again. Number 6. Hear the paper crinkling. Alright. Throw it again. Excuse me. She'll be right back. Here she comes. Number 7. Alright. Here she comes again. She's probably getting sick of doing it herself. See if she brings it back again. And here she comes. Oh, she laid down. Would have been number 8, but she got to the doorway and then just plopped down. She can do it longer than that, though. She's been doing it all night. They're annoying me. But from now on, the amazing Lulu. I hear you, chicken winner. Me too, chicken winner. And you know what? The crowd is as the party goes. You know, the party is as the crowd goes, is what I'm trying to say. So, like, if you and I were, like, top-notch comedians, but they said, oh, let's all buy tickets, but we won't laugh, right? It's like, in other words, any view is a good view, even if they don't say anything, but they're really only hurting themselves. Like, if we were, like, scheduled for an appearance, that would never, you don't understand, like, it's kind of silly, and I understand some people, they don't all chat and stuff, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? I just basically wanted to come on and say hi. Because I was bored too and kind of sick of playing fetch with my cat. But I know they all seem to think I have this life of leisure where I drink buzz balls and do meth till the cows come home and you know me. Harass to see. Usually I'm like doing seances trying to resurrect deceased people. No, yeah, no, I'm not. I don't. But the way Jules was making me sound like to ask Jesus, please, Jules, truly. I have tried and tried and tried again with you. I know, right? It is kind of cool. I never had a cat before that did that. And quite frankly, I always wanted a cat that did that. Because my friend's cat used to do that with bars of aluminum foil. But and then I got Lulu and, yeah, she does. But I think she is. I think a lot of them are, I really do. Like, to tell me I need to apologize to God for saying what I said about God, and then for me to mention something about it and say, you can't apologize to God. Have fun with Stalin and hell. Nature will take its course. you know, like, I mean, there's nothing about them people that isn't anything that's obvious coming from their mouth. Jules, Izzy, what's up? I mean, basically, and anybody who, really buys into that kind of stuff, they may not realize that they're doing it, but they are. They're partaking in what is, yeah, they don't know how God works, I guess. Like, I guess I'm supposed to make a bunch of apologies to people who it would be disingenuous. You know what I mean? Like, I'm supposed to apologize to Lou. I don't know Lou and Ollie and What's Up and Vern and Crystal. These people whom my only experience with them has been me treating them kindly and them treating me like I'm fucking, I don't know. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around how they conduct themselves, but I don't even want to. I would never want to be like them. I never want to be like them. Somewhere along the line, somebody sold their soul in their family's line. Like, maybe their great grandfather said, I don't care about my grandkids down the line. I just want all the money in the world now. And sold their souls because they don't have souls. They don't. They don't. And you're absolutely right, Chicken Winner, about somebody dictating, to me whom I'm supposed to be friends, like, even though it was 2 weeks ago and I didn't even notice it, prior to me reacting on the comment, the screenshot of the comments that, they had sent me, it's not even YouTube's fault. It's them. That's them. That's, like saying if somebody hands somebody a gun, it's because they're lost in the gun. It's them. That's them. They don't know how to conduct themselves. And, 2 weeks ago when somebody is screenshotting a comment that they wrote on one of my videos saying, just in case it gets deleted, well, that's kind of indicative that they think it might be a derogatory comment about me. So for 2 weeks ago, said, Rock of Gibraltar Ahmad, hearting it and giving kissy faces is a little disturbing to me. So, in my opinion, I think without me having even known that was there 2 weeks ago, I think it was like par for the course, like that it was destined to happen. That person was already feeling a certain kind of way when they're going to sit there and say happy heart to Mary, who's talking so disgusting about LGBTQ, and Jules, who say Mary speaks facts. And that same person who's giving me and you a hard time right now, in my opinion, hearted that comment. You know what I'm saying? So it was already in the works. Nah, Mary's gross. She knows that she said all that stuff about Tanger and me for way before. She's been saying that shit for a while about me and Tanger. She's been saying it a long time. I got it recorded. She has. But if 2 weeks ago said a friend left a heart and kissy faces over in there. Then yeah, I know they're vicious, man, really vicious. And then basically in Mary's live stream, I thought she pretty much said she's just gonna fucking state facts. She ain't no Bible person. She's not a religious person. None of them really are. But then they all were like, SG's the devil, fuck that shit. It's by the grace of God I'm still here able to talk to people who are my friends. And they can continue to try to, as demonic as they are, do their diligence, trying to make me seem like I'm the bad guy. But I'm not. I am not. I am not. I know exactly what happened. I have all the proof to prove it. And it is what it is. And I'm tired of the rinse and repeat of it. It's like so much the same stuff. Like there's Aussie Amy again. Like I don't even know that woman. Or Izzy or Jules. I mean, my God, Jules, stop. They're just calling themselves out. Yeah, I think so too, Chicken Winner. I think so too. I agree. I agree. Because kids can be cruel. And it just, I think it's, a slippery slope, And hell, there's a lot of stuff going on that really needs the public's attention that I'm not saying is more important, but I mean, is not a lifestyle choice. Like sex trafficking, that's not a lifestyle choice. That's somebody being kidnapped and forced into something that's, I don't know. I can't please everyone, and I can only hope to please myself. According to these people. I mean, I don't know. I'm just happy to still be breathing. They sure could, and that whole story about that doctor for money there is not anything that anybody should take lightly. I mean, gender modification can happen when somebody's 16 months old and doesn't even know what's going on. Hi, Chose. Yeah, we can only please ourselves at the end of the day. Anyway, I really do appreciate you all for putting up with me and my, I don't know, demonic behavior. Yeah. And just, like, I mean, I guess that would entail the freedom of cancel culture, though, and freedom of people who are getting put in, privately owned prisons that are like slave labor almost, you know? We actually have the choice to be freedom of religion, yeah. I don't know if it's so much religion as it is faith. Like, just everybody can believe that maybe they wouldn't live that anyway. I mean, but then again, I mean, some of these people, I don't even know. I mean, I just want to live and let live. Really, to be quite frank with you, that's just live and let live. People have a lot on their plates. And that doesn't mean like lying about people like Mary was, you know, claiming that I drink on the job and I steal from, you know. Well, I think they should focus on the husband a little more. They're always focusing on the woman, trying to pin the woman on everything, everything. Let's not forget his wife. Right, but I mean, he's no innocent in that. His wife died too, you know. It's always the woman. Always the woman. A lot of times when I'm watching these people who have been like serial killers for fucking years, man. Years they've been doing stuff. I mean, he got away with that for years. I mean, maybe those kids wouldn't have been alive way back when his but I mean, look at all that stuff that happened on that island in Michigan with the little kids, and none of those men ever got in any kind of trouble. Oh, you're absolutely right there, chicken winner. Absolutely right. Is anything going on with that lady who pretended to get kidnapped? Did she get in any kind of trouble? What are the charges? I could look it up, I guess. We could do a deep dive into some crime. If you guys would like crime diving. Now, are people like protesting about the fact that they want to, you know, press charges on her for that? Are people protesting about it? You know, maybe the person who was like, the anonymous person who was like, oh, we're going to give this much money for reward money. Also, I believe like the police, even, I think like the reward money got even up to like $60,000, right? Well, I mean, if they got that kind of money, the police, to, put into reward money, then shouldn't they have that kind of money to put into, better policing? Maybe the guy who was going to give the donation of that $20,000, maybe he should think about donating to, different causes that are, obviously, here's this person with $20,000 to just fucking hop up and be, oh, anonymous, here's $20,000 for this recovery of this person. Gee, obviously, I can see your fucking choices are right on target, buddy. Huh. It just never ceases to amaze me that people who do things with their money, um, are people who, I don't know. Yeah, how did the fuck did it get up to $60,000? And then there's people in the world fucking starving. There's actually like there's a shitload of DNA cases of RAPE kits sitting in labs that people don't have the money to pay for the false reporting. That's it. Wow. And in the meantime, here's these people who have had RAPE kits done on them in the hospital. And you would think that the police, that law enforcement would have, the funds, and that would be like a priority to be checking RAPE kits. So you're like making these women go to the fucking hospital without showering first. Go in there, admit that they've just had the most humiliating, demeaning thing ever fucking happen to them and not shower it off, so that they could have an RAPE kit done. And that DNA stuff, that kit sits there because it's basically on the backs of the person who had it done. Like they, exactly. All those RAPE kits sitting there that these women didn't shower off, the most dirtiest thing they've ever felt. And yet there was a $60,000 reward being offered. Yeah, if you got money, it'll be moved forward. Yeah, because you can pay that. Right. Then you got all these cops, that are like, oh, through the genealogy testing, that the people who, fucking paid for that. But the bottom line is you got all these RAPE kits sitting there. But they had enough money to add to the $20,000 from an anonymous donor for reward money. The police department added. Now, if the common person can pay for genealogy testing and stuff like that, then I would think 20,000. If the police, I don't know, it was up to 60,000. So where did the other $40,000 come from? And how much does a genealogy test cost that they can't do that on those RAPE kits that sit there? They're sitting there. No, there isn't, Charles. Nope. Yeah, so you've seen that too. Yeah, sitting there. They don't go to them and run them through the system and see if that person's been arrested. They don't go and run that through the system to see if any of the genealogy shit matches. Nope, Not so they can give living people a fucking peace of mind. It's so that, 50, 40 years later, they can say, unfortunately, that guy died who did it, and their parents died not ever knowing, and blah, blah, blah. Well, they've got, I mean, Chelsea, would you be inclined for me, please, to look up the number of our APE kits that are sitting there and not being tested? Thank you, Chelsea. I appreciate it. Thank you. Because that is that's for any parent and any person in the world who should be uh, disgusted that is something they could solve now that might help, future victims. They will just let sit there because basically they want to label every woman crazy or a streetwalker or a drug addict. That's what they want to do, in my opinion. Every missing kid or even an adult or runaway. It's not a crime to disappear. Yes, it fucking is. Yes, it is. If they want to call it a crime to threaten suicide, then yes, it's a crime. What's the crime? The crime is them not wanting to look for people's loved ones. Is them being okay with saying the same thing over and over again as to not break protocol and say, yeah, we're going to look for people who are missing. They don't want to do that. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you so much. Yeah, sitting in freezers while there was $60,000 offered for a fake kidnapping. And there's, thank you, Chelsea, over 100,000 cold case RAPE test kits sitting in freezers. Yep. Now, how much does it cost the average person to have their genealogy DNA tested? Now, I mean, Chuck, Chuck, how much does it cost? Do you know? And then would you mind doing the math of dividing between the cost of checking DNA and divide it between the divide $60,000 by the price of that, and how many cases could they maybe solve and prevent in the future from happening? Isn't it crazy how this country works? But it's not the country. We make up the country. We all have our own mouths. And now, fortunately, our mouths like ours, right, who will speak out about the truth and real issues, are actually given a platform now. And they will try, people will try to silence people who make sense like this. They certainly will. We don't suck at all, chicken winner. Nope. The bottom line is free will, right? Free will. We've got the platform, same way that the predators and the lawbreakers and the just plain evil motherfuckers got the platform too. It's how we use it. And I choose to not be silenced. I mean, we have this platform for as long as we have it. For as long as we have it, and we dot our I's and we cross our T's and we play by their rules, as long as we know that you play by the rules, you still can speak your truth. Not even just your truth. Truth of what we see. Numbers don't lie, you know? Like what Chelsea just typed in here. Over 100,000 cold case RAPE test kits are sitting in freezers. And there was $60,000. And how much wasted? Searching. While somewhere, someone was being RAPE'd, going to the hospital, without washing off the dirtiest they ever feel, to only be told that after they go through that, right? After they go through that, if they don't have the money, they won't see the justice. Yeah, I was looking at this other thing, and they said there's over, like it was over 100,000 something cold case files. I'm sure there's way more than that, and they're like only 1% will ever be solved. Well, you should be so fucking proud of yourself, especially for that label of detective. What are you actually fucking detecting, buddies? You know what I mean? Every woman, every fucking body of a woman dead that you find is a streetwalker or in the drug. Every one of them. Every person who goes missing is a runaway. How long did they ride on that? And you have to wait what, 48 hours, 72 hours to report someone missing until we all found out, nah, that's not true. That isn't the law. Oh, we start seeing a show called First 48 Hours is the most important. Wait a minute. You told us we got to wait 48 hours to even report something. Oh, yeah, well, the first 48 hours is the most important. Really? Wow, looks like you dropped the fucking ball. Because that criminal knew they had 48 hours. Free time. Yeah. First 48 hours, most important to solve a crime. Unless, it's somebody who's part of your fucking heart and your heart's breaking, sitting there getting no justice. Or, yeah, I mean, I can't even. I wonder how many truck drivers have, when they're filling out their logs, and now all these trucks have GPSs on them. You're telling me you can't solve those crimes while you sit there saying, we think it's truck drivers on the interstate. All right, well, check out their GPSs. I mean, really? Is it that fucking difficult? How dare they tell people not to shower and come get an RAPE kit and then have the fucking nerve to not process it if they can't pay for it. That's your fucking job, is to solve crimes. Not to say it's not a crime to go missing. That's your job. I bet you hell is full of people who said that, to people whose heart was fucking breaking, parents whose hearts were breaking. Now they come in acting like, look at what we solved, this cold case. I'm not understanding this. So what you're telling us is you guys were all like being paid as detectives that could solve crimes, but you couldn't solve no fucking crimes, really. I really haven't seen any. To be honest, I really haven't. Unless somebody rats somebody out, or they like to be like, oh, hell hath no fury, like a woman scorned. You know what? Hell should have no fury, like a police officer, detective, detective that wants to do their fucking job and solve a crime. You shouldn't be waiting for the woman to be scorned and then go there and start threatening them like, legit bullying. Oh, we're going to take your kids away if you don't do this and say this. But you don't give a fuck about the woman, RIPE, do you? Crazy shit is the amount of officers that fucking get away with the amount of. I watched one the other day, right, where actually it was just today, where the judge, the guy didn't get too long, right? The judge, she kind of wanted to like quicken it up. Her granddaughter had just been born, you know. So the guy really didn't serve that much time starting out on his fucking life of crime, right? Well, 12 years later, after that judge, that female judge, had passed away like a year earlier, and unbeknownst to the guy who was, a career criminal, he killed that judge's 11-year-old granddaughter by throwing her over off a bridge that was like 250 feet drop into and her head hit the rock so hard that her spine was driven up into her brain, and then spent hours RAPing her. Uh, here's what really got me about the whole thing was this. It was an older sister who was like 17 or something, and the 11-year-old daughter. Yeah, be interesting shows for us to look into what happened with the money with that. But a lot of the midterm elections affected the money for that and moved the money. 2004. Mm, mm. Um, you would think that a person who was raised by a mother who was a judge, who dealt with criminals all the whole time, would have seen, or I'm sorry, would have like told their kids, like if they used the phone in the 80s or whatever it was, used the phone to say they had a flat tire, but the flat tire was done by the two guys. They flattened the tire of the two girls, the two sisters, when they went into the mother just thought, yeah, okay, the one had just gotten a license, the other one was 12, 17, 12, and go ahead, go to the store. And these two predators saw them walk in the store, they flattened their tire. And then they called home and said, this nice gentleman is going to give us a ride home. You would have thought that mother, and I'm sure she kicked herself her whole life, but raised by a judge too, a female judge. You would have thought she would have, like, stay away, stranger danger. And the woman, okay, they'll be home in 30 minutes. And fucking next thing, hours that go by, and they had uh RAPE, the older one, but the little one, they just threw her basically right off the edge of the bridge. Ain't that some shit? So the RAPEists, right? Career like, mind you, just kept getting short sentences. Weren't PEDOs though, kinda. Ain't that some shit? They probably felt like they weren't at least that. Ain't that something? So, yeah, I remember reading something, I did a lot of research on it about the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. And Jeffrey Dahmer was drunk when they arrested him and was just, talking, talking. And so this attorney came. I think his father maybe got him for him, and the attorney said, "Stop talking to him." And he said, "No, I want to know why I do this." Like sometimes some of them they know why they're doing it, and then some others, like Jeffrey Dahmer, could not do what he was doing unless he was drunk. He even that Conoric synthonsophone. Yeah, he didn't want to be that way. Yeah, he said, "No, I want to be. I want to know why I'm doing this." And he left him after he had drilled that hole in his head. That 14-year-old, whom was the brother of one that he didn't even he had already, if they would have ran the name of the 14-year-old boy that they returned only to be his demise, uh, if they would have ran his name, they would have seen that Jeffrey Dahmer was on probation for harassing his brother. I sometimes think that Ted Bundy was, I don't know, man. I think he had to have a different side to him. To be able to be in the courtroom, the courthouse, and escape. He was validated, I think, by just fooling people. How much he could get over people. Yeah, like Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah, really. How much he could get over on people. You don't find many people who can escape right from the courthouse. But what got him was the woman scorned. Remember, he ended up marrying somebody else. While, or whatever. Why? If he hadn't have led them to the bodies, I don't think he would have gotten. I don't think they would have been able to charge him. The weird thing, though, is the 12-year-old girl. That just doesn't seem his style. I think he's another one who wanted to be caught, like David Berkowitz, Son of Sam. I think a lot of them don't know why they do what they're doing. And it amazes them that they get away with it. And it probably fucks them up that they get away with it. And yeah, did you ever see the movie A Deliberate Stranger with Mark Harmon? Yeah, but the last one, Chicken Winner, he like exploded. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that movie, A Deliberate Stranger. If you ever see that, it seemed like the other ones, if he hadn't led them to the bodies, he could have got away with those. But the last ones where they got him on, if you ever see that movie, I'll never forget this one scene where he goes into that sorority house and he has like two logs or something and he just goes whap. Now, I don't know if that's exactly how it was, but he literally goes in and kills like multiple people in their bed. And then the 12-year-old, like, yeah, but I think when he escaped, I think he was validated by how much he could get away with his whole life. Yeah, tree limb. Yeah, remember that, Charles? Yeah. I think everything he pushed the envelope with everything. Not even the notoriety of it. Not the notoriety, just how much he could get away with. Like every time somebody believed him or put him in that room. Okay, so the reason he probably couldn't even believe they put him in the room by himself to make a phone call. He probably was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe these motherfuckers. Now I'm gonna jump out the window." It was too easy. Yeah, it was too easy then. When he got that thrill of getting the private phone call in the room, and then it was like, oh, that didn't do it for me. Didn't do it. Too easy. Yeah. So you got to push the envelope with everything. With everything. He could never be trusted. He was validated on how much he could pull the wool over people's eyes. Yeah, he liked the thrill. And at the end, when he did the Florida thing, wasn't that, had he escaped then when he did that? Now, the weird thing is for him to pick a state where a law student would know there was the death penalty. Oh my God, they timed you out? Did one of you guys time out Day Day by accident or something? Don't time out Day Day. I'll just end up making him a mod. I'll just mod you, Day Day. I didn't know that happened. I'm so sorry, Day Day. Did that really happen? Is he kidding? He's funny. Oh, jeez, oh Pete. See, you almost had me. Yeah. did he did he do that while he had escaped the Florida thing though? Because that's interesting. So he did want to die. I watched an interview with him, like it was when it was his last, before he was getting instituted. He said society should be afraid of themselves. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, send me some treats. While he was escaped, yep. He pushed the envelope. And he made certain it was a place. He knew himself. He knew himself. So, yeah, he wanted to die. Yeah, he pushed the envelope to the limit there. And even then, he kept getting himself appeals. He said you should watch that. Oh, I like the dog wears. I have those dog buttons too. He almost was though, Chicken Winner. He almost was. But he said in that interview, he said society should be afraid of itself. But he wasn't. I think, like, in actuality, he taught people things. He taught us to look for the, like, make sure you're not looking at a car. Um, I think he was what? Sociopath. See, Bobbles is a psychopath. Psychopaths, aren't they more obvious? And aren't sociopaths less obvious? I don't know. I think he was very correct when he said on TV, if you are a person still did not believe it. Yeah. His mother didn't either. You know what else too? That Edmund Kemper, right? That Ed Kemper. That motherfucker literally went to police academy after killing his maternal grandparents. His mother begged them. His mother begged them, said, don't let, I mean, he was the type of kid she had to, uh, here's the thing too, I mean, back then too, a lot of them, I think, were affected by fetal alcohol syndrome, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think the fetal alcohol syndrome played a big role in psychos. And I think that adults dropping the ball, um, it gives even a serial killer, I'm sorry, it disappoints even a serial killer. Because Jeffrey Dahmer left his house with Conarax and Domperidone or whatever, okay, knowing he already had was on probation for harassing his brother. But he couldn't do what he wanted to do to the guy, even to the kid, 14-year-olds, after he had drilled a hole in his head. So he was obviously injured. He left to go get liquor. I don't know what he drank. I don't know what he drank. But I do know that he came back from the liquor store. I will, Dana. I'll make a video. But and the kid was outside bleeding, and there was neighbors who had called and said, the smell, and this is a kid, this is a little kid, and the cops were there, and the emergency services, and the ladies who had called, and the emergency services, the cops were like dismissing them, and they did not run Jeffrey Dahmer's name. Yeah, my cat is fetching. Yes, she does. My cat fetches. She's sleeping now. She's exhausted. But I will. I'll make one of her. I will. Trust me. And we're going to count and see how many she made. She's going to break the record. She's going to break the record of fetching. You guys will see. And you'll see there ain't beer cans all over my floor, motherfuckers. So, he came back from the liquor store. Cops are there. Ambulance is there. These ladies, kids outside bleeding, naked. And they return him to Jeffrey Dahmer. And those cops, they rose through the ranks. They rose through the ranks. You're so funny, Chicken Wing. They rose through the ranks. Where's the interview? I want to see an interview. I want to know how they slept at night. That family didn't get millions of dollars either. $500,000 is what they got. $500,000 for both their sons. In fact, the black guy who eventually escaped, his first name was Tracy. He also killed somebody by throwing him off a bridge after because he did not get the justice deserved. I remember the family member of one of those people that Jeffrey Dahmer ate, a woman, a black woman in the court screaming, Jeffrey, you know? She wanted a fucking piece of him. They should have let her have it. It shouldn't be a matter of them saying, okay, so you taxpayers are going to pay for 3 hots and a cot for this guy. Yeah. Yeah. That guy Tracy killed himself, by the way. He did a short time in jail, 3 years. So, I mean, God knows what was in his mind of, he was the last person. Yeah, she should have had her piece of him. They all should. Who gives a fuck about Jeffrey Dahmer? Why the fuck would they think I would vote for my taxpaying money to go to supporting some of the criminals that my taxpaying money throughout? Yes, I've worked since I was 15 up till I was 52. Sorry, 53. 53, because I didn't get disability till I fought for it. So 53, stage 3 cancer, still fighting. Positive prayers across the board. Okay? Fingers crossed, positive prayers. But while we're here, while there's a platform like social media, all right, you're doing your live streams, right? You're doing your live streams. So you spend your first 45 minutes talking about your local drama, the peons you deal with. For example, Chicken Winner, you being a channel owner who does live streams, I'm going to talk to you and anybody else listening. Just my opinion of how to make our freedom of speech work for us. Okay? You wait. You patiently wait in your live stream. You start your live stream and you think locally. You address your local things, your drama within your community on social media, and what people might say, ugh, this, blah, blah, blah. You know, those people. Those people who don't have the mindset to know how to dot their I's and cross their T's and use a platform for the advantage of mankind as opposed to the instant what they think, and in some cases may get instant gratification of like, I'll just use this person as an example. Jules, who runs around and types predictable comments about me repetitively, whatever. Who cares? She's really neither here nor there to me. Jules doesn't affect me. Mary doesn't affect me. What's up doesn't affect me. I care about the world. I care about the RAPE kids not being tested and the $60,000 out of nowhere for some bullshit, and not enough people saying, okay, motherfuckers, you got that for that. Now let us make a better decision for you and use it for some of those RAPE kits. And we're going to tell you how much it will cost. It's going to cost the amount that it costs the everyday person to have their genealogy tested. That price will be what we divide $60,000 by, and you will utilize that with a discount because of the lump sum payment that they're receiving to process these RAPE kits. And I bet you there'll be a lot of people who will be thankful that in the future their loved ones don't undergo that traumatic, disgusting, God knows how much more it could excel in violent behavior. Because we've used your lovely, lovely, voluntary $60,000 divided at a discounted cost because of the amount of payment you're getting, obviously, in order to win that contract when there's so many other DNA processing companies out there in competition. I mean, $60,000 is nothing to balk at. So let's shop around for some of these RAPE kits to be processed with that $60,000 reward money, and reward some people that deserve justice with justice. Now, because of evil, demonic people, cancer, which affects over 22 million people in the world, this message could be falling on a broader, much more numerous audience. But because demons see stuff in good people that maybe they haven't seen in themselves, and they pray for good to be wiped out, came at me with an aggressive thumbs down campaign to knock this message out of the algorithm. But this message is everyone's message, and it makes sense. It's doable. We've got $60,000 over there, right? That these genealogy companies can bid for to process all of these RAPE kits. Good night, Chicken Winner. I appreciate you. And really do some justice. So, I think it's a good idea. So, for your first 48 minutes of live streams, at times, focus on what seems to be trivial and unimportant to get rid of the trivial and unimportant people who will want to silence people with real messages. Bury your real messages at least 40 to 45 minutes in my opinion. And never judge a book by its cover, because sometimes you have to play the game, because if you have people who will dedicate their hate to me or to this message for an amount of time, then that's not hate. That's making progress. People with hate for good causes and good messages probably can last maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes. And if, by a certain amount of time, there's not enough hatred going on, they'll duck out, and then you can tackle the real issues and use the platform for the betterment of mankind. Use this platform for what it's there for, which is the freedom of speech. But you have to dot your I's, cross your T's. Life, the way it is, to play the game. But we can make a difference, in my opinion. I got faith in us. I have faith in, by the grace of God, that I'm here to even say these things to you guys. And if I should ever go away, still keep doing it. Still keep it up. Because at the end of the day, it's how you feel about yourself. And I know there's some people out there that feel okay with themselves being, ugh. Well then, fucking keep talking and silence them. It can happen. There's a lot of good people in the world. And it makes sense. If that motherfucker Anonymous, who donated that first $20,000 to that fraudulent kidnapping, can't say to themselves, All right, $20,000 to the genealogy company that I'll run and give you the best price to run some of those RAPE kits. And I don't mean just some. I mean a lot, motherfucker. All right. Do it. Be who you should be if you have that kind of money. Be who you should be. That's a blessing. Don't sit there under your anonymous or this police station who wants to pretend they don't have the money to pay, you know, fraudulent police report. Really? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Use the money to process the RAPE cases sitting in your freezers. Do some justice, do your job. It's your job. You'll sleep better. Peace, love, and tacos. United we stand, divided we fall, and steel sharpens steel.